Welcome back, students, and welcome to our Read Aloud. Today is the first day that we're going to start learning about Johnny Appleseed. The book I have for you today is called Johnny Appleseed, and if I sneak peek the cover, I can see there's a picture of a boy, a young boy, not too young, and he's eating some apples. And I think it must be maybe a long time ago. It looks like it's set in the country, and he's wearing kind of plain and simple clothing. And on the back, I see kind of a pot, a cooking pot filled with apples. Oh, and there, that was on the front also, at the foot of the tree, at the bottom of the tree. Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed by Patricia Demuth, illustrated by Michael Montgomery. And over here, there's a lovely little picture of a few buildings, kind of in a little valley, and some apple trees. And here is a picture of an apple with the initials. Initials are the first letter of somebody's name, so J-A for Johnny Appleseed. So there, looks like the same boy as the cover, and he's eating an apple, standing under an apple tree, and there's a cute little dog with him. Who was Johnny Appleseed? Was he just in stories? No. Johnny was a real person. His name was John Chapman. He planted apple seeds, lots and lots of them, so people called him Johnny Appleseed. Johnny was young when our country was young. Back then, many people were moving west. There were no towns, no schools, not even many houses, and there were no apple trees, none at all. Johnny was going west too. He wanted to plant apple trees. He wanted to make the West a nicer place to live. So Johnny got a big, big bag. He filled it with apple seeds. Then he set out. Here you can see him leaving his house, I guess, and he's got his bag of apple seeds. Johnny walked for days and weeks, on and on. Soon his clothes were rags, his feet were barefoot, that means like no shoes. And what kind of hat did he wear? A cooking pot. That way he didn't have to carry it. There, oh, it looks like even the little dog is along with the butterfly, chasing a butterfly. Snow came. Did Johnny stop? No. He made snowshoes. Then he walked some more. Spring came. Johnny was out west now. He stopped by a river. He dug a hole. Inside he put an apple seed. Then he covered it with dirt. Someday an apple tree would stand here. Johnny set out again. He had lots more seeds to plant. Johnny walked by himself, but he was not alone. The animals were his friends. So I see a deer and birds and a little fox. Most people were afraid of wild animals. They had guns to shoot them, but not Johnny. One day a big black bear saw Johnny go by. It did not hurt Johnny. Maybe the bear knew Johnny was a friend. The Indians were Johnny's friends too. They showed him how to find good food, berries and plants and roots. Roots, you know, are the part of the plant down in the earth that we eat. Like nowadays we eat carrots, right? Those are the roots of the plant that we eat. Where did Johnny sleep? Under the stars. Johnny liked to lie on his back and look up. The wind blew softly, owls hooted. Woo-hoo. The stars winked down at him. A wink is like this. One is a wink, two is a blink. So the stars are winking at him. He must really feel connected to the stars. Many years passed. Johnny planted apple trees everywhere. People started to call him Johnny Appleseed. One day he came back to where he had planted the first seed. It was a big tree now. A girl was swinging in it. Oh, look, there's the girl on a swing in like a little farmhouse. That night, Johnny stayed with the girl's family. He told stories. Everybody liked Johnny. Stay with us, they said. Make a home here. But Johnny did not stay. I have work to do. He said, I am happy. The whole world is my home. They're sitting by the fire enjoying stories. More and more people came out west. Johnny planted more and more trees. In the spring, the trees bloomed with white flowers. In the fall, there were apples, red, round, ripe apples. There's some apples. People made apple pies and apple butter for their bread, and apple cider to drink, and children had apple trees to climb. Well, these are all different foods made out of apples. Cider, pies, kind of tarts, dumplings, muffins, cakes. It was all thanks to Johnny Appleseed. There he is walking off into the sunset. So I'm going to set that aside and walk away. No, I got to do something at the end of the book, right? And there's a few things I want to do in this book. First of all, I want to go back near the beginning where it says, Johnny was young when our country was young. Back then, many people were moving west. And that's a direction west. And we're going to learn about that more in social studies. But this here is a covered wagon, and that's kind of a symbol or a sign of the settlers, the people who came to this land and took over the land and also kept moving west to settle the land here. There were already people here. The Native Americans were here, and we're going to learn more about that too. Then also, I also like this part in the book where it talks about how it says, even though the families and people would invite him to stay, he said, I have work to do. I'm happy. The whole world is my home. And that reminds me about why I like learning and teaching about Johnny Appleseed so much, is because Johnny Appleseed was kind to everyone. Oh, that's another part that I like so much when it talks about the Native Americans. He was friends with Native Americans. He was friends with settlers. He was kind to the animals. He was actually vegetarian. That's something we're going to learn more about. So the animals didn't have to be afraid of him because he only ate plants and fruits and roots. But anyway, the reason I like Johnny Appleseed so much is he was kind to everyone, not just to one group of people or another. He was known for being kind. And I think that's one of the most important things that we can do for each other, and one of the best ways to be a good citizen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our first book about Johnny Appleseed. Be sure to wash your hands, cover your coughs and sneezes, do some reading, do some writing, help your family around the house, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.